Somehow I became the moderator of Phil Godlewski discussion group. Anybody know how? Show up early, people complain. Show up late, people complain. Legend's already complaining. She can't be here till after 11 and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Bro, whatever. I think it's just women. It depends. Bono. You can either gift a sub to someone specific, or you just gift a sub and it randomly picks. It'll try to pick people that are in the chat, even if they're not talking, but like are watching the show. And then it'll try to pick people that have recently been to the show. If you just give like 10, it just randomly picks it. But you can also give a specific person a gifted sub. You have to type in their username to give it to them specifically. If he had a Twitch username, would be the only way. So I used to have this person that would give subs all the time back when I was a Trump supporter, really. But they would give subs to like high profile other streamers, like to Asmongold or whatever, to try to get them to come over to my channel. But you have to know their username, and I bet you Bert doesn't have a Twitch username. He watches on Rumble. Every video on Rumble. Why does it gift them to members? I don't know what that means. It gives them to anybody watching the show. I don't know what members means. You could probably try to gift a sub to like at Burt Lynch, but I bet you it wouldn't populate unless it was someone. It's not going to be the same Burt. We ready? Is anybody here yet? I don't know.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Oh, forgot to switch cameras quick enough. Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is a Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us at our new time. Trying to be here earlier, get home earlier, get back on a little bit better schedule. Thank you all for joining us. If you can make it early, if not, you're watching the replay, whatever. You get here later like a legend. Can't be here on time. 24 degrees. I don't know what's the temperature here. It wasn't as bad last night when I left. Yeah, it's 32. Not great. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I was just watching this video. We're actually going to watch it together. This was apparently court testimony around a school shooting. Is it Uvalde? I don't know where it is, but we're about to see.
Additionally, Joe Vasquez goes on, and I'm going to share with you all his testimony. He shares.
Let's see what this is. Hold on. I don't know. It caught me off guard, so we're going to see it. Give me just a second. It's basically about the cops and people not doing anything at a school shooting. I don't know if it's Uvalde or not, but that's the one. That's the most prominent one that comes to mind when I think about nobody doing anything.
You know who went into the fatal funnel? My sister went into the fatal funnel. Did she need a key? Why do you need a key? Look at it, y'all. Y'all saying that she didn't open the door. She went into the fatal funnel. She did it. No, fuck. Before I go into the details of that video, I want to
generally I'm the type of person that was like, hey, you shouldn't have outbursts in a courtroom. But holy fuck. This is probably a time to have an outburst in a courtroom.
is facing 29 charges of child endangerment because according to the state, the day that the Uvalde school shooting happened, he did nothing to protect these children. Instead, he hid and was communicating with officers via radio. The defense says that's not correct.
This is where they set up outside that room and they could hear gunshots going off and literally just fucking sat there because the classroom was a long classroom that could be divided. It was not divided. It was open and it had two doors and they were scared of what they kept calling the fatal funnel. What is the fatal funnel? The fatal funnel is a narrow, exposed area, doorway, hallway, you know, maybe like an entrance with a balcony, like when you go into like fancy houses. It is somewhere that you have to get through to engage the enemy, but you know you want to limit your time there because there isn't cover, there isn't concealment, and usually the enemy can see you well, and you're not going to be able to see them very well. That's a fatal funnel. It's not that we never go into fatal funnels. It's that you limit as much time as you can in a fatal funnel, as well as distractions or flashbangs or smoke or something like that you might use, right? It's a choke point. It is a choke point. It's narrow. You're exposed. You don't have any good options, but you signed up for that job, right? You joined the army and now you're in combat. You signed up for the police and now there's somebody in there that you need to fucking take out. There's other people's lives hanging in the balance. They just stood in the fucking hall. Some of them were taking phone calls and shit. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, apparently this guy testified that he was hiding on the radio with police. And then police say they were looking for a key for this door to the classroom, but the door was unlocked the whole time. They already testified the door was unlocked.
To protect these children. Instead, he hid and was communicating with officers via radio. The defense says that's not correct. While he was the first person that arrived, shortly thereafter, officers did arrive who could see the shooter because he was on the other side of the school, and they did nothing. Now, the person that you just heard speak was the sister of one of the teachers that passed. And when she had this outburst, it was because they had a sergeant,
also,
Joe Vasquez, I believe.
Do not forget, they blamed, for years, they blamed one of the teachers for leaving the door unlatched. Even though she closed it, she latched it, she warned people, hey, there's a shooter here. They blamed her, even though it was not her fault.
For almost an hour and a half.
They said that she left, they had this like wood block they would put in the door when they had to step out and make a phone call. They said she left it in there. She didn't. She closed the door. That latch was not working and had been reported to maintenance for months and months and months. No one fixed it.
After 2 hours, talking about the fact that they took an hour to breach the door. And it was because supposedly they were looking for a key. And she says, like, wait a minute. Y'all said her door stayed unlocked. What key were y'all looking for? Additionally, Joe Vasquez goes on, and I'm going to share with you all his testimony. He shares that he was not even on duty, and he was on his way to the gym. They're allowed to use the police vehicle, but he all of a sudden gets a call. He's not even from the Uvalde County. He works for a different department. He gets a call. He starts driving over there. He's told, hey, there's a school shooter. When he starts driving towards Uvalde, that's when he's told what elementary school it is. And that's when he realizes that's the same elementary school where his daughter's located. He said he arrives and he sees Adrian Gonzalez and multiple officers behind their cars taking cover. He, in his t-shirt, shorts, and sneakers, because he was going to the gym, proceeds to get out the car, put on his vest, take out his rifle, put, whatever rounds in it, and starts walking towards the area because he's being told the shooter's right there. He's asking, where's the shooter? Oh, he's over there. I'm going to go walk over there. I mean, he was going towards the shooter. He sees police officers coming towards him. And he asks, where's the shooter? And they're like, oh, he's over there. He keeps walking towards the shooter. Sees another group of people. He doesn't care. He keeps walking towards the shooter. He was familiar with the school because that was where his daughter was. So he kind of knew the cafeteria, kind of knew the entrance, etc. He says he arrives and it's like a hallway. Just, full of cops. Don't know how many there were. All that he remembers is that they were chit-chatting. And then he's like, are we...
That security cam footage of all the cops just standing in the hallway is fucking horrible to watch. While the guy's in there murdering all those kids. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, there's a chance somebody might get shot. There's a chance you take every fucking day. You've got to breach the door.
Not gonna break it. Are we not going in? No, because we've already been shot at and we have to wait for the tactical people to show up or whatever. But by the time the tactical people show up, they don't even have the stuff that they were expecting them to have, like a rifle. They don't have the shields, nothing to break down the door. They finally ended up just using a key from the janitor. And the thing is that when she talks about the fatal funnel, it is because the defense had him explain what a fatal funnel is. And it is where you are at a door and there's a team of people. That door is going to open and the first few people are probably going to get killed. But the people...
Not necessarily, right? It is an area where you could get killed, but we're also taught ways to deal with a fatal funnel. It's not like they're like, okay, this is a fatal funnel. You never go into it. And if you do, you're going to die. That's not how you do it, right? You set up a way to breach the door. Where's one man going to go? Where's two men going to go? How's the breacher going to get out of the way? How are we going to go in here quick, fast, and in a hurry?
People behind you are essentially going to take care of that shooter. So it's as if it's a fatal funnel.
Not to mention, there's just children in there being shot. You guys have vests, weapons, help, get the fuck in there. What are you doing?
That they were trying to avoid that. They were trying to find a way to get into the door and get the shooter. He says when they finally, he literally said, they kept saying that they were going to shoot from the window outside in. They didn't do it. They kept saying that they were going to go through the doors using like an axe, something. He kept giving them suggestions. They wouldn't do it. He says that when he opened the door, he expected to get shot. He didn't receive any shots whatsoever. So at this point, he says that when he turns his head, that's when he saw all the bodies of the students. That's when they started getting shot, is when they were already in the room. At this point, the shooter's facing them. They have a whole bunch of shields. He's the one that takes care of the shooter. Mind you, he didn't work for any police department, any FBI team that had to do with Uvalde. He worked for a completely separate county that simply showed up in his workout clothes. He then goes on to share that...
On his way to the gym, and he had to come be the one that breached the fucking door. How ridiculous is that?
Finally ended up just using a key from the janitor. No, because we've already been shot at, and we have to wait for the... And he asks, where's the shooter? And they're like, oh, he's over there. He keeps walking. He says he arrives, and it's like a hallway. Just, full of cops. No, because we've already been shot at, and we have to wait for the technical people to show up or whatever. Down the door, they finally ended up just using a key from the janitor. Are probably going to get killed. Shoot from the window outside in, they didn't do it. Students. That's when they started getting shot, is when they were already in the room. At this point, the shooter's facing them. They have a whole bunch of like shields. He's the one that takes care of the shooter. Mind you, he didn't work for any police department, any FBI team that had to do with the Uvalde. He worked for a completely separate county that simply showed up in his workout clothes.
It was BORTAC that finally breached the classroom, not even the local police. So it was the Border Patrol Tactical Unit.
He then goes on to share that at that point, once he knew that the shooter was down, he went ahead and ran to find his daughter. He ends up getting on a bus that was supposed to go to the Civic Center. And as they're driving, this kid says, there's kids over there. Some kids had ran toward a house. So he stops and picks up those kids too. He finally sees his daughter. He's able to hug her. She's okay. And he has to run back to the school because he shot. He shot out of that gun. He took the shooter's life. And he knows that he has to turn in the gun. He has to turn in all these other things. And so, of course.
Like, I understand it sucks to be the first guy in sometimes. No one cares. Right? No one fucking cares. Assign it. Flip a coin. Draw straws. What we can't do is stand there and say nobody wants to be the first guy in.
When you're hearing somebody talk about this as how they were protecting themselves, as how they were not coming up with any ideas on what to do, and you have this Sergeant Vasquez saying, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And they talk about the fatal funnel. It was as if you guys didn't care about what these teachers had to do to protect these kids. They then proceed to talk about where Adrian Gonzalez was located. And he agreed with the defense. Sergeant Vasquez says, look, if Adrian Gonzalez was on this side of the building and he can't see anything, and you've got 3 officers at the front of the school who has full view of the shooter, they're the ones responsible for going after the shooter. Adrian Gonzalez is doing another thing, as is getting information, trying to figure out where the shooter is at because he's talking to a teacher who was running from the shooter. He goes on to state that the police officer that had the rifle, he asked if he could shoot. He sees the person, the shooter, walking towards the school, walking towards the door, and supposedly he asked his chief, lieutenant, whatever, can I take this shot? And that by the time he waited for a response, the shooter already went in. So they confirmed that there was zero reason for him to wait or to even ask, because at the end of the day, if he was considered to be under a threat, he had every right to go ahead and shoot that police officer. As I mentioned,
so their story is that when they first came in from outside, not the classroom, but from outside, 5 officers went in, they got shot at, they fell back and just decided to do nothing. Like, we get it. 5 officers got shot at. I don't even think any of them got hit. They got shot at. Then they just decided the rest of the time to do nothing.
Testimony was almost 2 hours long, and he did pinpoint which officers pretty much didn't walk towards the shooter, try to come up with other ideas, but nothing was done. And this reiterates what the defense team says. All these Texas Rangers on these seats, every time they testify, they talk about what they would have done, but there were tons of Texas Rangers there, and none of them went in. None of them went in and handled the shooter. In the next video, I will continue with the final part of day 6. Talk to you soon.
You know who went?
It's fucking insane, dude. Anyways, this just randomly popped up. It wasn't a video I was going to go over tonight, but it did pop up. Did you guys hear the police report came out from Minnesota about the ICE shooter, Jonathan Ross? That he did not go to the hospital. He went to a federal building. So now, remember Kristi Noem and Donald Trump said he's in the hospital, he's getting checked out, he's been released from the hospital, blah, 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 all that shit? None of that seems to be true. They've changed their story now to say he was checked out by a doctor. Because remember, we got the internal bleeding. He was checked out by a doctor. Allegedly, the doctor must have been at the federal building because that's exactly where he went. The police report said he had no injuries, was reporting no injuries, went directly to a federal building where he stayed at until they went to move his family. Imagine that. Wild. We also have this is the greatest. This is what he wanted to happen, and it probably shouldn't have happened. They're going to use this. Trump's going to use this. His administration is going to use this. They're going to use this to up the police presence in Minneapolis, the federal presence in Minneapolis. But man, it was fun to watch. Jake Lang, known neo-Nazi, the same guy that we watched go to that. We watched at a town hall meeting, that live video where he got up and talked about all the Muslims. And he's a January 6th guy that's been pardoned. Jake Lang went to Minneapolis, and Minneapolis sent his ass packing.
Named Jake Lang, a far-right activist named Jake Lang, who once stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, tried to hold a pro-ICE rally in Minneapolis today. However, hundreds of anti-ICE...
They called for all the patriots to show up in Minneapolis, and like 6 people showed up.
Protesters outnumbered a very small group of people who were there in support of ICE. Jake Lang, who organized this entire event, appeared to be injured, was seen crying, and was even chased out of downtown. Take a look.
And I know what you're thinking, but Will, where are the Proud Boys? Where are the Oath Keepers? Those are the people that go to the counter-protest and get in the fights and shoot people and fucking get in fist fights and, you know, fucking making it turn into a mosh pit. Well, they're all ICE agents now. That's where they're at. He's crying. He's bleeding. He's covered in shit.
F-A-F-O. Am I right, guys? I mean, just take a...
Dude, this guy was talking to him, like, with his finger in his face, and he's standing up on, like, this raised area, and they grab his legs and drag him the fuck off there.
Look at him here, crying as a protester is in his face, telling him what he thinks about him. But Jake called this an anti-fraud march and actually thought a lot of people would show up in support of ICE and what they've done in Minnesota. But instead of swaying the crowd like he thought he was going to do for some reason, you can see the fear in his eyes as he was met with hundreds of anti-ICE protesters who forced them out of downtown.
I don't care. Talk about food all you want.
The fact his little pro-ICE rally fell apart so quickly and he was so outnumbered tells you everything about how this community feels right now. Guys like Jake...
I want to show you some more videos. When they jerk him down off the fucking thing, dude, that was wild. Here it is. He was standing up here. They grab his legs. And this guy's saying, I just want to talk to you for a minute. He's grabbing onto whatever he can, dude. It got crazy. Escapes in a car. Oh, they found his car. Oh shit.
Oh my God. Drive. Oh my God. Just drive.
So this is afterwards. They found his car. They sent him back to his hotel crying.
Hey, pull over. Hey, leave it. Get out of here. Leave it off. Get out of here. No. Y'all just let him leave. It's not worth it. Hey. We don't know him. Stop it. Let him out.
Unbelievable scene out of Minneapolis.
I honestly think this black guy was trying to help and trying to get people to not beat on him, just get him out of there. And some people were too. They were trying to kind of escort him, as long as he's leaving, escort him without people throwing and hitting him and shit, but it wasn't enough. The mob was angry. He showed up with 5 of his friends. There wasn't enough.
Conservative activist Jake Lang found himself surrounded.
They ended up, he's like jogging away. People are still shoving him. He's tripping on ice. He's falling. He ends up running into his hotel.
Voices rising, chaos unfolding, and has anything?
Once he's swallowed by this crowd, dude, that's it.
Or is history repeating itself right before our eyes?
But make no mistake, this was bad because the administration is going to amplify this and say, we need soldiers and we need this, and the protesters are horrible animals and blah, blah. They're going to use this for their offense. But it was fun to watch.
From one scene to a debate that never...
If anybody deserved it, it's this guy.
Past and present. Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Walter Masterson even got up and asked him some questions right up behind him. The right-wing provocateur later claimed he had been stabbed during the rally. Of course. Hey, if you guys see Border Collies are the best in chat, congratulate him. He's got a new project going on. It seems really cool. He's got like this project where he makes this type of, I don't want to say art and music or whatever with AI, because he's like manipulating AI to make it this project, but it's a really cool project. He just got, he's been going around and showing it off, but now he's going to be taking it to a museum and featuring it there. So Border Collies are the best. Congratulations. Seems like a pretty cool project. Hope we get some more videos of it.
No one is illegal.
A far-right...
Why won't this video load, I wonder?
A far...
Americans tomorrow come out to Minneapolis.
How it started.
Will be
Oh, no.
standing up against the Somali invasion of Minneapolis.
1 day later. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Never gonna be able to.
White Americans, we deserve our country back.
White Americans, we deserve our country back.
Fight, fight, fight. We need you, President Trump.
Oh, that's the woke farmer right there. That's that guy. He does some pretty cool videos.
We need you, President Trump.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. I don't want to explain it and mess it up. You're more than welcome to explain it in the chat if you want to.
Send ICE, send the National Guard. Stop it.
Also, they arrested 4 members of this Native American Council members in Minnesota. ICE arrested 4 of them. 1 of them was released. The other 3 have been lost. Just lost. You have no idea where they are.
We need you, President Trump.
He's literally there begging President Trump to send in the military.
Minnesota is out of control. Ice, ice, baby. Minnesota is out of control. All Americans, but not everybody deserves to be here. We need our country back. Please, let's be together. We deserve our country.
I can only advocate for certain things. Like, I understand how people feel in the chat. I can only advocate for certain things from here without getting banned.
Stop it. White Americans, we deserve our country back.
There he is. That's when he got to his hotel. Check him out.
Promise no good deed will I attempt to do.
Dude, in that crowd, it's a wonder he made it out of that. He's in there somewhere. And they found him in his car.
So, breaking news, Jake Long.
She can walk that walk.
I wanted to show you the part where they jerk him down. I don't know if anybody's got that part. I saw it earlier, but I can't remember where I saw it. This woman was also there to protect him.
And yes, he got run out.
No fighting. She's got like mace. She's got mace. She's got mace.
I guess that, I don't know if that black guy's with him or just trying to keep peace.
Minnesota, you guys. Jake Lang rallied. He only has about 5 people with him.
Maybe it was that woman that was protecting. There was a woman there protecting him.
Is she eating a beef stick? What the fuck? She's eating a beef stick. Let him leave! Let them leave! Let them
I'll show you Walter Masterson's video in a minute.
Somebody, like, actually chased out of the city.
Literally chased out of a city. They jerk his feet right out from under him. He's toast, bro. That's when they were running beside him. He kept falling. People were tripping him. It was bad.
All right, so I've kind of helped.
Wait, what's that say? I got stabbed by a crazy white commie leftist rider today in Minnesota, all for pointing out their replacement by 70 IG burqa-wearing pirates, Somalians. Plate carrier blocked it. Jesus, well, you didn't get stabbed, bro. You didn't get stabbed. The plate carrier blocked it.
All right, so I've kind of helped.
There's a real reason why.
Let's go to Walter Masterson's video. Hold
A
on.
far-right activist named Jake Lang, who once stormed the U.S. Capitol on January.
Who else is there? Jolly Ginger is there. Walter Masterson's there. Where's the video that says I met Jake Lang? I thought that was the title of it. I just saw it. Hold on. I just saw it when I searched his name. Didn't I? Did he take it down? It had a red bar on it that said, I met Jake Lang. Oh, there's part of it.
Jeremy Lang. What's your body count, man? Jake Lang. What's Jeremy, though? It's Jeremy. What's it like being a virgin? When was the last time you legally touched a vagina? Jake Lang has never legally touched a vagina. Do not touch.
Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, the Rainbow Banger cigarette, who usually prefers the kindergarten bracket.
That was pretty good. When's the last time you legally touched a vagina?
I'm with the incel, Nick. Jeremy Lang. What's your body count, man? Jake Lang. What's Jeremy, though? It's Jeremy. What's it like being a virgin?
Calling him the wrong name.
When was the last time you legally touched a vagina? Nick, Jake Lang has never legally touched a vagina. Do not touch. Do not touch.
Dude, so I'm not trying to start a conspiracy here. I swear I'm not. But sometimes they just fit together so well. I don't believe this conspiracy. I'm just telling you the facts. Jake Lang, who claims that he's a far-right Christian nationalist, his sister is serving in the IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, and he had a bar mitzvah and grew up Orthodox Jewish. There's pictures of that. It's on the internet. Just saying. MAGA's running with that. He's not really one of us.
When was the last time you've legally touched a vagina, Jake? Do not touch. All right, so Jake, I've been talking to ICE officers trying to explain where the clitoris is. So do you need help finding the clitoris? Jake Lang, where's the clitoris? People want to know. So I'm here with a raging, unfuckable incel, Jake Lang, and he is one of the biggest virgins you'll ever meet.
So his mother is Jewish, and in the Jewish community, that makes you. I think in the Jewish community, the way they look at it is it's more so your mother that decides whether you're Jewish or not.
Really unfuckable guy right here.
Jesus is king.
I'm with the incel, Nick. Jeremy Lang. What's your body count, man? Jake Lang. What's Jeremy, though?
What's Jeremy, though?
What are you talking about?
This is crazy. So these are the protesters outside the ICE facility that I've been showing you where they run up and grab people or whatever. The police showed up today and took their cases of water and firewood they had. Now, firewood I might be able to understand because they're building fires to stay warm. They took the firewood and their cases of water. They're literally stealing water that people brought by and said, hey, you know, I can't protest or whatever. Here's some water. Stay hydrated. They stole that. Cases at a time. First they sprayed fire retardant on their fire, and then they stole their logs. Just loaded them up in their cars and left. One of the far right guys that's there, what's that guy's name? I can't remember his name. Anyways, we'll see him in a minute. He starts a rumor online. They went and got 2 cinder blocks because the fire kept going out. They went and got 2 cinder blocks. They put it on each side trying to block the wind and lift the fire up. They had it in like one of those outdoor fire pit things. And he said that they were gathering cinder blocks to attack ICE with. There's only 2 cinder blocks, and they were using it for their fire, but whatever.
That's our fucking water. Literally, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They're taking the cases of water.
You came here to take away our fucking water?
Look, a log.
Can't keep yourself warm. Can't make a fire.
Taking the logs, taking the water.
You know,
like, what the fuck is that about?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're being assaulted.
Thanks a lot, assholes.
Where should I go? Go get it.
Yeah, thanks for taking away our water. You're really keeping the streets safe. Hey, fuck you. Why are you taking water?
Yeah, water. When they fucking pepper maces, they bring up.
Yeah, but still, it's private property. I don't give a fuck if they think, oh, they're using water to make dynamite. Like, who authorizes the police to show up where people are at and steal cases of water? They're making hydrogen bombs, or we think they are. Who cares?
Sir, do you need help making your wife come? Make sure it's not in the plastic container. That way they have to fucking individually.
So they unwrapped all the cases of water.
Just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you for the gifted sub. They opened the cases of water and dumped them out individually. That way, if they're going to steal it, they at least have to pick up every fucking bottle.
Wait a second. Yeah, just there we go. Come back here, take the rest of the water, but you
doesn't matter. Unless you take it out of someone's hand that's actually pouring it, you can't justify that they can't have any water.
Pick up every individual fucking bottle. They won't be able to just pick up the whole thing anymore. They have to pick up each individual one by itself.
They literally have Welch's fruit snacks.
Okay? What are you talking about? That's our. I'm with the. So we're in
very weird
right
stance
now.
to
We're going
take.
Ice fishing. This is an ice vehicle right here, and we can tell it's an ice vehicle because it has out-of-state plates. Because it's a rental. They rent the cars by the day from local rental, and there's a cage.
They were renting them for longer, but they need a change of vehicles, change of plates all the time.
Got a cage in there?
Yep, cage in the back seat.
Cage in the back seat. They take a rental car and they outfit it with a goddamn cage. Originally spotted them because we were at the light, and the drivers are all, suited up as ICE agents. So we're just going to follow this car and see where they go. We're going to follow them until they get out and start tear gassing us. So we're in Minneapolis.
That should be fun.
Just watch.
Let's do this. Jolly Good Ginger was there. I think he posts more on YouTube now than he does on TikTok. Maybe.
So we're out here at the fucking Whipple building protesting ICE like we've been doing every day, and the fucking sheriff's department is here stealing our fucking shit. I'm not joking you. The sheriff's department is stealing water and supplies from protesters, and we're peacefully protesting. We weren't doing anything wrong. They just showed up and started stealing our shit. Let me show you. You're taking supplies? You're taking supplies from protesters? So yesterday there was a fire over there. I don't know who started or whatnot, but apparently they had wood. So now the cops are taking the wood. And they also took some water. What else are you going to steal from the protesters? Anything else while you're at it? Stole some fucking water? Do you want to steal anything else while you're here? It's not yours, but you can just steal it for some fucking dumbass reason. You took our fucking water. Fuck you.
Yeah, because it could be weapons is what I was told. Frozen water is weapons.
You know what can be weapons? Paintball guns, flashbang grenades, tear mace. Stop stealing our shit then. Fucking loser.
Why aren't you guys knowing?
Put that shit down, dude. Give me that shit back. Come here. You see what I'm talking about? Why's he got my water? Why's he got my water? Why? You got an answer for that? That ain't a fucking weapon. It's cold outside, dumbass. Fucking losers. I hope you feel good about that. You probably do because you're probably a fucking goddamn bigot like the rest of them. It can be used as a weapon. It says eyewash on it. I know you can't read very fucking good. It says eyewash on it. You stealing water too? What else you want to steal that wasn't fucking yours? Huh? What else you want to steal that wasn't fucking
Like, this is fucking crazy, dude.
yours?
You can't tell people they can't have fucking water when they're at a place they're at there all fucking day. Like, they gotta have fucking water.
Stealing people. See, it says I wash on it. Can you read? It's EYE says I wash. Water? Yeah, water. When they fucking pepper mace us and you don't stop us, we gotta wash it out of our eyes. That's what happens. Fucking thugs. You're a bunch of fucking thugs and bullies. Just further proof that the cops are not on the side of the citizen, on the side of the people. The cops will forever be on the wrong side of fucking history. So we're out here at the fucking... Not that you're dressed any better. Hey, you're fly.
Oh, I got the full version of this. Hold on. So this motherfucker comes out, rocking out with his cock out, right in the middle of a goddamn protest line.
What are you doing?
Oh, because of you guys.
Holy shit! Not that you're dressed any better. Hey, your fly is down.
You stupid even
Zip your fly up. We can see your penis.
We can see your penis.
Your fly is down.
You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, pull your fly up. Let's do some uniform checks here. Excuse me. Let's see. Uniform check.
We can see your penis.
Uniform check. His fly was down. This guy right here, his fly was down.
Fucking buckle his helmet either.
Let's see. Check their flies. Make sure their flies are up.
God damn, dude.
Fly down and all. How are you going to be intimidating when your fly's down? Who are you scaring with your fly down? Fuck you! Fuck you, get out!
Who goes commando to a goddamn protest line? What are they doing out there? And it's like 10 goddamn degrees. How the fuck do you not feel the wind? The high there's like fucking 8 goddamn degrees. His cock's hanging out. It's been so long since anyone touched it. It's just lost all sensitivity. It's just a big fucking callus. I don't know. How the fuck do you not know your dick's out, dude? When I was in the military, they started issuing us fucking dick pads. So you had like your vest. They come down and you had your collar piece because a bunch of people were getting hit in the necks with IEDs. You had a collar piece to come around and buttoned. Then you had your side plates. So you had front plate, back plate. Then they gave us side plates because people were getting shot in the side or taking IED shrapnel on the side. So we got side plates. Then we got a cod protector. And it was literally this thing that was shaped like a home plate on a baseball field. And it snapped in from the bottom and hung down about this far below your crotch or so. And it was like, it come down straight, and then it was cut like this, and it just swung.
What are you doing?
Well, he's got one on right here. This guy's got a dick protector on. See it right here? Boom, boom. That's hanging on from the inside of his vest. It goes up, buttons around, snaps in. It's not a hard plate. It's just bulletproof fabric. It's Kevlar.
Because of you guys.
Holy shit!
The only hard plates are in chest, and then if they have the side plates, they're little fucking plates about this big. How the fuck do you not know your dick's out?
Not that you're dressed any better. Hey, your fly is down.
You stupid even
zip your fly up. We can see.
He thinks about doing it in front of him. Then he's like, gotta turn around.
Your penis.
We can see your penis. That's the greatest quote of the Minneapolis thing so far.
Let's do some uniform checks here. Excuse me. Let's see. Uniform check. His fly was down. This guy right here, his fly was down.
Fucking buckle.
Check this out while we're on the ICE subject.
Why are you asking me for my paperwork?
U.S. citizen here. U.S. citizen. Why are they asking for his paperwork? Why would they be asking this U.S. citizen for paperwork? Because he has an accent. Never mind, the guy that's fucking asking him is Mexican and has an accent too.
Why are you asking me for my...
You either protest now or start hiding people in your fucking attic.
Why are you asking me for my paperwork? Because of your accent.
Because of your accent. What the fuck? Yeah.
Why are you asking me for my paperwork? Because of your accent. I still... You have an accent too. Where were you born, sir? Where were you born at? Put your hands behind your back.
Ramon Monero was detained by U.S. Border Patrol agents outside his home in a Minneapolis suburb.
That's right. Chicago Bulls, gang paraphernalia.
After an agent questioned whether he was a citizen because of his accent.
I'm from this country.
In front of his, like, 5-year-old daughter, too.
You know what, sir? Now, talking to you, hearing that you have an accent, I have reason to believe that you are not born of this country. So you just raised an accent? What country are you from?
According to Monero, agents took a photo of him and searched assistance.
That's a super goddamn valid question. When he says, I'm asking you because your accent, what country are you from? And you say, what country are you fucking from? ICE has no jurisdiction over U.S. citizens. Zero. ICE wasn't even fucking around until 9/11, and we did just goddamn fine, by the way.
That indicated he's been a U.S. citizen since 2019. They also checked his U.S. passport card, which he keeps in his wallet, before letting him go. Monero, who was born in Mexico and obtained a U.S. passport in 2021, was detained in front of his 5-year-old daughter.
Well, she was shaking when I got in the home, and she's like, are you okay? That we're going to take you? I don't want to lose you. And I'm like, you're not going to lose me. Even though I'm a citizen, I'm still feel afraid because they don't care if you're...
This is why we typically, I know this is what they're doing, we typically don't just target people because they have an accent or the color of their skin or, you know, ICE is now targeting people. They're just running up on crowds, and anybody that tries to walk away or run away or flee in any manner, even if you're just walking down the street, you're a target now.
Citizen or not, and especially because I know I have a really strong accent speaking English, I know I can be a target because that's...
Everybody has, I have an accent. The fuck out of here.
Who are they targeting just because our appearance and because of our accent?
CNN has contacted the Department of Homeland Security for comment on the incident and to ask if agents are allowed to temporarily detain people on the street with accents.
Why are you asking me?
Oh, here was a better clip of that. I didn't do the,
We're here in
Johnny Palmadessa.
where police officers have begun
There's their little fire ring they had, right?
taking resources like water.
That agitator guy's name, his name's like Chip or something like that. Clit or... Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Away from protesters staging outside of the federal building to protest.
Did you see that?
To protest.
Even Jesus is protesting. Even Jesus is protesting.
Protest Donald Trump's lawless ICE raids here in the region. So if you were ever wondering what side they're on...
There's a new video out. The guys didn't know they were being videoed. And the two ICE agents are talking to each other, and one of them says, yeah, more people are starting to resist now. We're going to end up shooting some of them. And they go back and forth about how they might have to shoot somebody. And the guy says, yeah, but remember that $30,000 sign-on bonus makes it worth it, or some shit like that.
You know, they're definitely not... They're definitely not on the side of the people if they're taking their resources away. We're here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where police officers have begun taking resources like water and firewood away from protesters staging...
Yeah, they want people scared, and they want a violent reaction. So Trump can go through with his insurrection plan he's already talking about. Fucking insane. Today he comes out and says that I'm almost positive he's violating U.S. law because we have a treaty with NATO countries. He's like, he's going to fucking tariff everybody. He's going to tariff everybody that doesn't go along with his plan to buy Greenland. Every European country. All of our NATO allies. Yeah, it's usually paid out in, here it is. It's usually paid out in different portions on your anniversary day. It's the same as a military bonus, right? So military bonus, you get some right when you join. You get some, or maybe when you ship to boot camp. You get some after you finish boot camp. Then you get some at 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. So So it says left-wing rioters are now stacking cinder blocks to use against agents at the Minneapolis Federal Building. It's literally 2 cinder blocks to help with their fire. 3, I'm sorry, 3 cinder blocks. That was the claim. What the I fucking hate people, dude. Here's a story on Jonathan Ross based on the new police report that came out.
Disastrous news for Donald Trump as he was just caught in his most embarrassing lie yet. He said that Jonathan Ross, the ICE agent who shot and murdered Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, he said this ICE officer barely survived being hit by the car and was taken to a nearby hospital. We now know that's completely untrue. We knew that already, but it's been confirmed by a police report. Minneapolis.
Now, again, they're changing their story, right? He was in police custody. I'm sorry, he was in the hospital, then the hospital released him. Kristi Noem said that herself. He has been released from the hospital. That was what we were told. Straight to our fucking faces, right? The officer has now been released from the hospital. Now they're saying he was checked over by a doctor, and they're going to say it was at the federal building he went to.
Police say he was taken to a federal building. He suffered no injuries. This is in contrast to what CBS News said. Barry Weiss, the editor-in-chief of CBS, released a fake report saying that Jonathan Ross suffered internal bleeding from being hit by the car, even though the car barely grazed him. Hey, maybe don't stand in front of a car next time, by the way, because ICE is not a real law enforcement agency. If they were, they would actually be enforcing the law instead of killing Americans point blank by discharging their weapons into the faces of 37-year-old mothers. Disastrous news for Donald Trump as he was just caught in his most embarrassing lie yet. He said that Jonathan Ross...
It's a fucking lie. Those are not the same things. Being checked out by a federal doctor or whatever and being admitted and released from the hospital are not the fucking same thing. They lied to us. This is the woke farmer I was talking about. He's always there calling motherfuckers out. If you want to follow him, it's DA Woke Farmer. He's got a pretty good account.
Today I got arrested for being in a street. I wasn't impeding traffic. I was just scolding Nazis for their bad decisions. And they came up, they lined up, and then they sprinted after me. And they chased me for blocks. I was running for my life. I was scared. I don't know what they're going to do to me. They're fucking Nazis. A woman was filming me from her minivan, and I begged her to let me in because I was scared. So I jumped in the back of her minivan, and you know what they did? They came up and they put a gun to her face. They pulled a pistol on her and put a gun to her face. This is not America. This is not freedom. This is fascism. It's here now. While I was detained, they put us into a cell without ventilation. They put us in there, and people were pepper sprayed, so we're just coughing the whole time. They didn't read me my rights. They didn't read any of their rights. No one got to speak to a lawyer. One man was in there. They beat his face in. He was bleeding. His face was smashed in for the crime of blowing a whistle in public. Wake the fuck up, America. Stop pretending like the midterms are gonna save you. Get off your fucking asses and resist. Today I got arrested for being in a street. I wasn't impeding traffic. I was just scolding Nazis for their bad decisions.
Let's go check out some of his other accounts. Hold on. A portion of the bonus is paid upon successful completion of training or shortly after entering duty. Installment payments. The remainder is typically paid in installments upon reaching service milestones: 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, up to 4 years. Repayment cause. Employees are generally required to remain for a specified period. Internal memo suggests it's 48 months, which it could also be 60 months, I guess, or risk having to pay back portions of the bonus. They're also doing $60,000 $60,000 student loan repayment.
Hey, y'all. I'm back at the hotel. It's time to rest. I have a lot more footage to go through from today and even yesterday. It's been a crazy fucking time. We've been here, 3 days? I've been shot in the face with OC canister, fucking arrested. Today, I got to bitch Jake Lang out before he got his ass beat, as he should. You know, honestly, he's a fucking January 6er. He's a fucking traitor. He stormed this nation's capital. He deserves worse, to be honest, but I tried to get people to remain peaceful.
Stay peaceful! Do not give them what they want! Stay peaceful!
Minneapolis fucking stood up today.
When I was in the Army, they had I forget how they phrased it. Basically, your bonus had like these like secure dates. So like if you got paid your 1 year installment and you made it to 2 years, so like your next payment, you wouldn't have to pay back that 1 year portion. But if you quit right then and got your second payment, you'd have to pay that back. But some people that signed up before I joined said it was all or nothing. And I met people saying theirs was all or nothing. Like if they didn't do their full 5-6 year contract, whatever their first contract was, they had to pay back every fucking dime, which would be hard to do. You're kind of fucked at that point, right? Who the fuck, if you spin it, let's say you bought a house or a car or whatever, and you got fucking $20,000, who has that fucking laying around to repay the government? Which I guess they got to set you on a payment plan or some shit. Take it from your taxes. I don't know.
Look at that. We're Mason people.
Minneapolis is making America proud, because you know they just seeing the solidarity with immigrants in the city is fucking beautiful. It's something that it gives me fucking hope. So keep up the good fight, everyone. I will see you out at Whipple tomorrow.
We got so the closest town to me is Johnson City, and I got an alert today that ICE was in Johnson City. I was fucking ready to load shit up, but they called it off and said it was a false alarm. It's something else. Police escort, something else. Oh, prisoner transport.
Or
I thought it was ICE vans.
We need to be. We will be there, and we will be loud. Remember, folks, to take a break though. It's a marathon, not a sprint. All power to the people.
Also, ICE gets the what do they call it? Leap. It's a 25%. So whatever your pay grade is in the military, we can tell how much you make. That's why I was laughing at that stupid ICE agent video we watched. So he told him, that woman said, I'm an assistant for a surgeon. I make $200,000 a year. And he's like, how long did you go to school for that? And she's like, I went for a long time. And he's like, I make $200,000 a year and I just barely graduated high school. Bullshit. You don't make $200,000 a year. You can see at each level what these people fucking make, right? But ICE agents are now all across the board being offered LEAP, which is law enforcement availability pay. So basically, like when they have a shortage of law enforcement officers, they all get a 25% bump in pay, and they're getting it across the board right now.
Y'all, I'm back.
There's no fucking way that ICE should be getting. I understand they use recruitment bonuses as a tool. They're getting like fucking 10 times what people that join the military are getting. What the fuck?
It's been a long day, but we're still down at Whipple. We're warming up in the truck right now. But the Gestapo has still been going hard. They have been arresting people, they have been pepperballing people, and they have been spraying people with OC spray.
He's the one we always see in the videos going around calling them bitches, which they are.
Violating Minnesota state law by doing so. But the Minneapolis community is standing strong. The crowds were massive today. They had massive crowds at both gates resisting this federal occupation of the city.
Look at this. They're beating the crowd up.
So there was another bonus when they first started this big ICE build up that was called a rapid deportations bonus, something. It's like $100, $200 cash. They rescinded that.
Shame on you!
It was basically, so that bonus should have been rescinded. It was huge. What the fuck are you talking about? So a rapid deportation bonus was basically like, if we arrest somebody and you can get them out of the country quick enough, we're going to give you a bonus for that. But that also says that they didn't have, like, they didn't get to see a lawyer, they didn't get to do this, they didn't get to do that. What the fuck are you talking about? So you're telling me that you didn't go through the legal process to deport somebody for money? So it was only up for like 4 hours, and they're like, nope, we're done. We're not doing that.
Oh, fucking traitor! Fuck you, you traitor! The community is coming together. The police aren't helping. The ambulances aren't here. But the community is taking people to a medical tent set up right over here. Oh, yeah. Spicy, huh? It gets better. You'll be better tomorrow. But it's going to be a long night. Our streets! Our streets!
At least try to use some fucking coded language. Holy shit, you guys are going to get me banned off Twitch.
Remember your oath, you fucking cosplay little bitches! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home!
This is not the place to discuss those plans in any way, shape, or form. Oh, shit. That was me. That was my bad.
Remember your oath, you fucking Make way! Clear a path! Make way! Now the sheriff's
I wanted to show that video of them running out and snatching people.
protesters from entering the street. They are protecting ICE. And guess what? The sheriffs are carrying tear gas cannons too. This is America. They just assaulted us with pepper spray, OC gas, all the same shit they've been doing for days. But now all of a sudden the sheriffs are forming a line with their vehicles. I'm not really sure what their plan is here. I'm sick of it. It's like, fuck the police. At least get out and freeze with the people. Fuck you. Get out of your car and freeze with the people. Sergeant, please see my message. Get out of your car and freeze with the people. Do your fucking jobs. Where is your
This guy was screaming, hey, don't fucking be violent. Please don't be violent. That's what they want.
Where is your comment? Where is your comment? This is hilarious, dude. You can't make this shit up, dude. You cannot make up how few people showed. What are you guys so afraid of? Where are your people at? Where's your rally? Where's your march? Where are they? They don't even have any people. You don't even
It was literally like 6 people.
have a crowd. Oh, look at this guy. He just got out of prison a few months ago. Guaranteed. You can't make this shit up. Nobody showed. There's more press here than you. This is hilarious. This is just crazy. Look at this. Oh, hey, here's the guy that was bear macing people and steal. Hey, why were you stealing people's megaphones? Bitch, see what happened. Oh, motherfucker. Look at you. Hey, you feel like a man spraying little ladies? You feel like a man spraying little girls because you're a punk ass little bitch spraying little girls with bear mace because you're a fucking coward. Why did you steal someone's megaphone? We have it on camera. We are filing charges. You're
Man 705333
Thank you.
Just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate that. That'll start our hype train for sure. I appreciate it.
You're a very shameful human being. Shame on you, man. Hey, peaceful!
Cam Higbee was the guy that was claiming that they were gathering cinder blocks to throw at ICE or whatever. I've been trying to think of his name the whole time. Cam Higbee. He just said it right there. He's getting exactly what he came for.
He's getting exactly what he came for.
I think he knew shit was going to pop off.
Today I got arrested for being in a street. I wasn't impeding traffic.
I think we just watched that one. There he is getting arrested. And he's a veteran. He calls them out all the time on their service. GI bot.
Out of the road or you will be arrested.
Yeah, they're gonna come for me. I just want to apologize. You guys heard he's identified us. He's gonna come for me. So when they come, I'm gonna be the first to run. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance.
Here they come. He ran. He did run. They said they were coming for him next. They pointed him out. One of the guards behind the fence pointed him out or whatever. He ran. He got in a van. They pointed a fucking gun at the owner of the van. Thank you for the gift of subs. Yeah. Appreciate it. For standing in the road. Not impeding traffic, not stopping a car, not interfering with it, standing in the road.
All right, y'all, I got some proper winter gear. It is snowing out here. We're about to head down to Whipple Federal Building and raise some hell. I just want to really...
Was that the same video? Oh, that was my fault.
Snowing out here. We're about to head down to Whipple.
Oh, here's what you guys were talking about. His new jacket. Look at this shit. Like, are you trying to look like the Empire? What is this? That's what they want to happen. Buttonovs. Trump's already threatening the shit, the Insurrection Act, saying it's out of control, saying that he wants Tim Walz and Frey investigated for allowing this to happen, even though they're trying to calm people down. He keeps ramping up the pressure and then blaming somebody else. Ramp up the pressure, blame the local officials who are Democrats. Ramp up the pressure, blame. That's what he wants to happen. That's why it was so bad when they attacked Jake Lang. It was fun to watch. Fuck him. He deserves every bit of it. But they will use that as an example.
Federal Building and raise some hell. I just want to really apologize to all the people who follow me who were excited to see me in Los Angeles and Chicago. I didn't really think of
the original German. Yes,
it's kind of weird. This fame I'm having now is something I'm not used to. It's something I never wanted. But I just want to apologize. And Robbie Roadstein.
I understand there's a lot going on. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of people that think this. I'm trying to protect my channel because I do bring you the news. If nothing else, we can stay on top of it. I can't go to fucking Minnesota and protest, but this is the best I can do. I don't want to lose the channel because of it.
There, and he is gonna, he's gonna make it a good time. Chelsea Gods will be there. Those two are freaking amazing together. They have some great songs. I think they have a new release. So just want to say I'm sorry, and I'll see you at Whipple though. This is a fucking war zone. This is fucking insanity, folks. A U.S. city is under occupation. It almost looks like Iraq here, bro. This is not okay. So fucking stay loud, motherfuckers. Stay angry. Stay peaceful though. Now is not the time for violence. Not yet. When it comes to that, you will know. Stay strong, America. All power to the people. All right, y'all. I got some proper winter gear. It is snowing out here. We're about to head down.
Just subscribe.
Oh, that helps with the hop train. Thank you very much. The subscription. We're at level 2. Look out.
Hey, Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fucking love.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that.
The costume, bro. That is bitching. Hey, Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fucking love the costume, bro. That is bitching. Hey, Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fucking look at this crowd. We told them all to remain peaceful.
That's what I'm gonna wear when Bert sneaks up on me. I'll whip that son of a bitch out.
We're here legally. We're here on First Amendment protest. Share! I'm supposed to be on a plane right now to LA for an event that I helped organize, and then I'm supposed to be on a plane to Chicago to come, protest at Broadview and support, heroes like Demi Palachek and Captain Dylan Blaha. But I can't fucking leave Minneapolis. I just can't fucking do it. This city is a fucking war zone. This is a U.S. city invaded by Trump's private fucking army. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
That's right.
I'm fucking scared, people. I'm fucking terrified. You need to get to Minneapolis now. If you are able and willing, you need to get here. This city needs you. Stay loud, motherfuckers. All power to the people. Yo, I got PTSD. Sometimes that gets me a little bit. Here we go. Traitor! 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 You're a fucking traitor! You're a fucking traitor! You know?
It's weird, these like fucking sprints they do at everybody. I don't know. Everybody scatters. I don't know.
You're a little cosplay bitch, Bovino. Look at that little bitch. Look at him in his little traitor.
There he is in his jacket we were talking about. His full-length fucking Emperor's jacket.
Hey, Bovino, you're a little bitch.
He loves it too, man. You think he'd be ashamed. He fucking loves it.
Little cosplay commander. Why don't you join the Marines, Bovino? You fucking punk-ass bitch.
Shoving people down.
Fuck you!
And they won't they could come out and say, hey, we got to move you back to here. They don't. They come out and sprint, drive people back, shove people down, arrest people, and then they wander back off and let them kind of figure it out on their own. Like, it's weird.
Treason! Bovino, look at you! Look at you with your hands in your pocket, you little cosplay little bitch! You're all fucking traitors and you know it! Every single one of you is a traitor! You are all traitors! You are all traitors! You are all... Look at this crowd. We told them all to remain peaceful. We're here legally. We're here on First Amendment protest. Shame!
You're going to end up getting banned before I let you risk the channel, just so you know.
Take our people! You don't take our people! You don't take them to Fort Snelling! You're taking our people to Fort Snelling! That's a disgrace!
I was gonna cut a video about me getting shot point blank range in the face with an OC fucking cannon, but the real story is that the U.S. government is kidnapping native indigenous...
Oh, the dude that's going to be fucking forever blind because he got shot point blank with that fucking... goddamn. With a pepper ball.
People
fucking took out his eye.
Americans, also American citizens, and holding them hostage and using them as a tool to leverage against these tribal peoples to let ICE onto their lands. This is fucking madness. Hey, everybody back! Everybody back! Everybody stay back! Everybody stay back! Let them do their thing! These are the real Americans here. What their goal is?
So we are the Oglala Lakota Nation people. They have 3 of our members. They arrested 4 that we know of. They let 1 go, and they're trying to blast.
Oh, that's it. They lost the 3 members of the Native American Council.
Tribal nation into signing an agreement to let them on our reservations to let our 3 members go. They're going in there telling them not signing anything, but to release our tribal members.
Yeah, there was an author or something? The guy won it in literature and gave it to Joseph Goebbels.
All federally recognized tribal members are being held, and it's unjust because they're letting everybody go in less than 24 hours, but our guys have been in there for more than 4 days.
Oh, shit, okay.
So they showed up to protest. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. There's one guy that's like this guy. He does the interview.
There was 4 tribal members who were picked up by ICE in a community called Little Earth right here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and one of them.
Oh, just time him out. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not gonna lose the channel because he thinks, oh, you're taking up for the administration. Fuck him. Like I don't care.
Has been released, but they couldn't locate the other 3. So the council members here, they're all elected officials of the Oglala Sioux tribe, and they gained access to the facility and they couldn't find their 3 tribal members.
This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold on to the channel. If you've got bigger plans, go to Minneapolis, bud.
They're not. They claim that they're not classifying them by their nationality, which tribal members are also citizens of the United States since 1924. You know, there's nobody more American than American Indians, but they were unable to.
You know, there's words you can't say in Twitch chat. Clearly, you can't advocate for fucking shooting somebody and guns and fucking be blasting Nazi every time you fucking put a comment in Twitch chat.
Going to continue on. They got some contact information. They love the fact that you're here.
It's one thing if you say it once or twice, right, through the whole goddamn stream. It's another thing when you put it over and over and over and over and over again.
That everybody's here and they're going to be giving out tribal IDs to their tribal members who are in Minneapolis, St. Paul at the American Indian Center.
Lost 3 members of the council. They arrested 4. They let 1 go. They let the tribal council go in and look for their members. Cannot find them. Don't know where they're at. 3 members. Yeah, unless you're Hassan or Asmongold. That's true. 3 members have just disappeared. Sorry, I was talking the whole time. I'm going to back it up and let him speak.
4 tribal members who were picked up by ICE in a community called Little Earth right here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And one of them has been released, but they couldn't locate the other 3. So the council members here, they're all elected officials of the Oglala Sioux tribe. And they gained access to the facility and they couldn't find their 3 tribal members. They claim that they're not classifying them by their nationality, which tribal members are also citizens of the United States since 19.
The most citizens of the United States.
24. You know, there's nobody more American than American Indians. But
they're moneymakers.
Unable to find them here today, and so
they're not stupid. They know how much money Asmongold and Hassan bring to the platform, right? Because they've got thousands of people. If I had thousands of people in my chat, we'd probably get away with a lot more. Hell, they almost let Dr. Disrespect get away with fucking texting a minor, right, to meet up to fuck.
Going to continue on. They got some contact information. They love the fact that you're here, that everybody's here, and they're going to be giving out tribal IDs to their tribal members who are in Minneapolis, St. Paul at the American Indian Center down on Franklin Avenue. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that's here. Stay vigilant and stay assertive, stay constructive. We're in unprecedented times, the way that I see it. So, there was 4 tribal members.
Fucking insane, dude. That's crazy, right? They lost these 3. They even were allowed to tour the facility and cannot find them. I don't know. It's fucking insane. All right, I got something interesting to show you. First of all, Trump's healthcare plan. Let's say we all get together. Let's say I have 10,000 viewers. And let's say we all get together and we all love, this is a local soda to my hometown, Dr. Enough, okay? Let's say we all get together, 10,000 viewers, and we all love Dr. Enough. Enough is the slogan, okay? And we go to Dr. Enough and we say, hey, we're 10,000 members strong and we want to buy your soda at a discounted rate. Will's going to buy them all, technically, with 10,000 members, and then he's going to sell it to us for a slight markup, and that's how he's going to make money, you're going to make money, everybody's going to get money. We could probably get a discount, okay? I could probably the school does it as a fundraiser. They use this actual soda as a fundraiser. My local school does. That works. It's collective, because we're a collection of people, bargaining, because we're bargaining with the country or a company. Now imagine you go and you say, hey, I drink a soda a day and I want to buy 10 for the next week and a half. Do you think that company is more or less likely to bargain with you when you have no collective and no volume? Of course they're not going to lower the price for you. Why would they? What's their incentive? You're going to buy 10 individual sodas. It's the same concept that Costco works on. It's the same concept that a bunch of companies work on. It's the same concept that insurance works on. Okay? So Donald Trump's new healthcare plan is to give you $900 in a health savings account and tell you to go bargain for your own insurance.
You're going to have massively reduced health care, and it's going to be massively better. You're going to have great health.
Massively better, because we're going to massively reduce it, because it's massive.
At a much lower price, which is the 2 things. We want great health care, and we want low price. You're going to have great health care at low price. Now you have terrible health care.
Yes, $900 for the year.
Care at a high price. You have horrible, horrible Obamacare health care.
And not everybody gets that. That's only the people that qualify for a subsidy, right? You have to be below an income limit.
Everything else he did, it was crap.
After more than 10 years of making statements like that about the Affordable Care Act, today, President Trump finally announced his own health care plan. Now, he's been saying he was going to announce this plan.
It would be closer to like $3,000 if the ACA subsidies were still in, but nope, they're gone.
Since he campaigned the first time back in 2015. So what is it, Lisa? Get to it. Well, I'm warning you, this is a long video, but here it is.
Now, a great plan has to be cost effective, otherwise it can't be a great plan. That's the way I looked at it. So we have a very glamorous name. It's called the Great Healthcare Plan.
He's had 10 goddamn years to come up with it. And the name of it is the Great Healthcare Plan. And the plan is, here's a little bit of money if you're poor. Buy health insurance, please.
Okay, so what does it do?
Our plan would reduce your insurance premiums by stopping government payoffs to big insurance companies and sending the money directly to the people. And, you know, they're good people. They're business people. I don't blame them. But we cut them out. We pay the money directly to the people. The people love it.
That's right,
So
Jennifer.
how much money are we talking about? Well, officially, President Trump didn't say. And the White House fact sheet on the Great Healthcare Plan does not give a number either. Nor does it say who would qualify for this money. Is it everyone? Unlikely. But based on how our current healthcare system works, whether you get any of this money Trump is talking about would probably be based on your income and where you fall along the poverty line. But what I can do is ballpark some numbers for you so you get an idea. Right now, the average subsidy for health insurance in the United States, based on a single person making $50,000 a year who does not smoke, has no kids, and is not married, is about $900 a year. If we still had those enhanced premium tax credits, which of course expired at the end of 2025, the total subsidy for that same person would have been about $2,600 a year. But remember, that enhanced subsidy is gone, and Trump's great healthcare plan does not extend it. So really, we're looking at about a $900 subsidy. Now, I want to make it very clear here, President Trump is not.
Do we also lose pre-existing conditions? Because that's what Obamacare did, the ACA.
Not saying that the U.S. government is going to give you money in a health savings account so you can pay your entire health insurance premium. What he's saying is, using my example, the U.S. government would give you those $900 that you would have gotten in a subsidy instead into a health savings account so you can use that $900 as.
So there's still literally no difference, right? Either the government is paying that for you and telling you to get insurance, or they're giving it to you and telling you to get insurance on your own.
Leverage to negotiate your own health insurance price.
And you can choose your own health care. You go out and negotiate your own health care. It makes people entrepreneurs, many entrepreneurs.
Fan character dressed as a cheerleader jumping in the air. Thank you very much, Jennifer Winkler, with the super chat. Or super thanks, or super sticker, super something. Thank you. I appreciate it.
They'll pick the health care that's best for them.
It does help engagement. You're right.
I also want to make it clear, even though the title says
they're also trying something out. If you're watching on your mobile phone, I don't know if it's just for live streams or pre-recorded videos or what. They introduced a new thing called Hop. You can hop a video. I don't know. Good luck with that, guys. I don't know.
Great healthcare plan. The president and the White House say this is not really a plan. It's only a framework of a plan. It's light on details on purpose because Republicans in Congress will have to write their own details into a piece of legislation so they can pass that and then Trump's great healthcare plan.
What do you think? Do you think they'll try to push this through before midterms? Because they got to know they're doing bad in midterms.
Can become a law. So we are nowhere near that point. But there's more to this framework. I told you it's a long video, and I want to make sure you understand sort of all the pieces of it. The other key part that
you get 5 hops a week. Oh, that's cool. I don't know anything about it.
And says will lower the overall cost of health care in this country is this idea of most favored nation when it comes to prescription drug prices.
The bottom line is we'll be paying the lowest price of any nation in the world. Whoever's paying the lowest, we match it.
Seems like a
so. You know how, like, people are like, oh, fuck, we could have universal health care, but the wait times and this and that, and you don't understand, and it sucks in Canada, blah, blah, blah. First of all, most of that shit's not true. There is sometimes wait times to see a specialist, blah, 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 or for anything that's not like super urgent. But the urgent stuff usually gets taken care of right away. They do really well. They all have longer life expectancies than we do. But oh, thank you very much. That's the same Marita with $9.99. Thank you very much. Same sticker. I appreciate it. The number. So Greenland has voted about joining the U.S., and it's like 95% say no. You know what their number one overwhelming issue is? They want their insurance because no one, literally no one, wants the U.S. insurance.
Bird_57 just resubscribed for 37 months.
Thank you for the resubscription. No one wants our health care. Nobody. They want universal health care. We're the only developed country that can't seem to fucking figure this out. But no one fucking wants it. They talk about how ours is the best and this and that and medical advancement technology and if you have enough money and this and cancer. No one fucking wants it because theirs is better. You don't think if all the rumors about, well, you need to have surgery, you have to wait 16 years. They'd be like, hell yeah, give me some of that American health care. That's what I want. Hell no. They don't want shit. They want nothing to do with it.
No-brainer. One that Trump says he was able to accomplish by threatening other foreign countries with tariffs. He was successful in getting countries like France and the UK to pledge to increase the prices they pay for U.S. drugs. But it's unclear how this is going to shake out for you and me, the regular consumer. The most favored nation pricing is for Medicare and Medicaid.
The least we ought to be able to do for all U.S. citizens is figure out goddamn health care and housing. Holy fuck. People should be able to eat, should be able to find housing, and they should have health care
to purchase these drugs at that lower price, which could lower the price for all insurance companies in this country, but maybe not. On top of that, last year, President Trump struck individual deals with 16 major U.S. drug companies to lower prices for certain drugs. Now, while the White House says those lower priced drugs would be available directly for cash paying consumers through the government's Trump RX website, when I checked Trump RX today, it's still not functioning.
Oh my fucking God. Are you stupid? Are you fucking stupid? You were told over and 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 over again to stop fucking saying the word in chat. Stupid motherfucker.
And again, these reduced drugs are not every drug. It's only certain drugs. Now, the Great Healthcare Plan also calls for more prescription drugs to be available over the counter. So besides the big things, which are the subsidy going straight to your health savings account and the most favored nation on drug prices, what else does Trump's plan include that will massively reduce healthcare costs and massively increase the...
No one knows. It's all in his head, and I'm sure it's a great plan, but no one knows. He can't even talk about it. It's just great.
Healthcare. Well,
we'll pay 800% less on drugs because I said so.
The framework includes something health insurance critics have been griping about forever. This Trump plan would cut out the costs associated with PBMs, pharmacy benefit managers, who are like...
I said it on the show. I said, you will be banned before you cost me this platform.
Middlemen that negotiate pharmacy benefits between drug manufacturers, insurers.
Lead with this. Suck a fucking dick. Lead with that. A whole goddamn bag of them.
And contractors. But there is really very little transparency about how they do that. Trump says there are kickbacks involved and he wants to end that practice, but it's unclear how Trump's plan could regulate that or do that. And the last big thing Trump's great healthcare plan would do centers around transparency, which I think a lot of folks would
Dude, I wouldn't have healthcare without the VA, obviously, right? And then my family's on the fucking the same shit, right, through the VA. What's it called? It's called CHIP or something. Whatever, the VA disabled veteran family thing.
About things like making health insurance companies publish rates and
Yes, I'll take wait times over homelessness. Dude, everybody, I know, well, except for billionaires, but basically everybody else is like a few bad weeks from, I don't care how much you got in your rainy day fund. Right? Imagine you lose your job and have a medical emergency at the same time, or your fucking teenager or your grandkid or somebody gets in a massive fucking car wreck over the insurance limits. Like, you're fucked, champ. Thank you.
Coverage comparisons in plain English on their website and requiring healthcare.
That's what kills me so much about people fucking riding the cock of goddamn billionaires. Like, you are astronomically more likely to be closer to me living under a bridge than you are of ever getting to their level. And you're like, well, one day I might be a billionaire and I might need those tax breaks. Get the fuck out of here.
Or insurers that accept Medicare or Medicaid to prominently post their pricing and fees. That will include all hospitals in this country, because basically all hospitals accept Medicare and Medicaid. So I know that is a lot of information to digest, but the bottom line is right now, this is a framework. It's a wish list. It's a bunch of talking points. That's all it is. It's not a law. It's nowhere near a law. And it's unclear how, even if all of these things happen and were passed in a law, whether it would massively reduce healthcare costs or massively increase the quality.
He knows. Fuck him. He knows, because that's why I banned him. The first thing I said was, holy shit, can you not use some type of coded language? You're going to cost me my channel. That was the first engagement I had with the person. They fucking know.
Of your health care.
There's no need to explain it anymore.
About this new plan from the president, I'm going to email all of the documentation in tonight's Facts HQ email, which of course is always free. So make sure this is not important news, but I figured I would share it with you just because it caught my
Is that a pin of himself?
attention this afternoon while I was watching this big meeting that Trump was having with the oil executives about what's happening in Venezuela. But I noticed this new pin that he was wearing, because normally he's only wearing.
It's a pin of him. As a kid, maybe?
Wearing the American flag pin. Now, since the September 11th attacks, presidents have customarily been wearing this American flag pin. Here's President George W. Bush wearing the flag pin, President Obama wearing the flag pin, President Trump during his first term, flag pin, President Biden, flag pin, and here's President Trump's new portrait. It's a little blurry, but right there, flag pin. Of course, this is an important symbol for the American president to be wearing sort of at all times. So when a president adds something next to that important symbol, I take notice, and it turns out
this is new NFT.
I wasn't the only one.
I'm having a hard time seeing here. I see the American flag lapel pin. What is the other lapel pin on?
Somebody gave me this. You know what that is? That's called a happy Trump. And considering the fact that I'm never happy, I'm never satisfied, I will never be satisfied until...
No, what you're trying to say is you've never satisfied a woman. That's what you're trying to say.
I'm never satisfied. I will never be satisfied until we make America great again, but we're getting pretty close, I'll tell you what. This is called a happy Trump. Somebody gave it to me. I put it on.
So it's a pin of himself. By the way, I found a similar one on Amazon in this little bundle for $9.99. I'm not sure if that figure is necessarily happy with his balled up fist and the furrowed brow and the sort of angry expression, but that's how President Trump characterized it.
Holy fuck.
Now, I don't know if he will wear it again, but
how to check their earnings for the new jiggle wallets. Oh, no.
Wearing it during today's important meeting with oil executives about Venezuela. I, of course, have a full write-up on that important news in my Facts HQ email tonight, so make sure you sign yourself.
I want to see what she covered today. What was the most recent stuff? Wait, what is this?
The Department of Education is backing down. They announced tonight that when
they were coming on with wage garnishments. If you had been in that program with deferred payments or whatever, or defaulted, they were going to, they were coming after you.
it comes to your defaulted federal student loans, they are not.
Someone in chat said, I already forgave them myself. Forgave my own student loans.
Actually going to start garnishing your wages. At least not yet. So all that hoopla and all those threats over the last 6 months from the Department of Education and the Secretary of Education saying that the department was going to start sending these notice letters to borrowers in January whose loans were defaulted and they were going to start garnishing their wages.
Why would they back off that? You know they're going to do it. Why would they back off of it? Because they know how bad they're going to do in midterms. Could you imagine being a fucking Trump supporter behind on your student loans, right? A young Trump supporter behind on your student loans, and they start garnishing your fucking check? how hard it's going to be to show up and vote Republican?
Is now not happening. The notice says this is just a temporary delay in the garnishment program. So why are they backing off? Well, according to the announcement, the Department of Education says it's because they are really busy trying to implement all of the major changes that Congress made to the student loan.
I can't believe they're all in a fucking goddamn jiggle rug pull. So goddamn stupid.
By law, those changes need to be made and rolled out by July of 2026. Literally, that bill is changing almost everything about federal student loans. It eliminated certain repayment plans that you may actually have right now. It changes the amount of money you can borrow and who can borrow money. I could go on and on about all these changes, but let's just say it's going to be a major overhaul. So the notice says the department is working on that. Now, what the notice doesn't say is that President Trump gutted the staff of the Department of Education. You know, he campaigned on abolishing the Department of Education altogether. But since that can't happen without Congress, instead, he fired almost half the staff. So the employees who are left are obligated to overhaul the entire student loan apparatus with only about half the staff as was in the department when President Biden was in office. And obviously, garnishing your wages takes the Department of Education staff time and effort to implement. It's not a quick and easy process. So it appears like the Department of Education is having to pick and choose what they work on. And obviously, they're picking the law that Congress passed. Now, the notice ends by saying this delay in wage garnishment will give borrowers more time to bring their loans into good standing. So the garnishments are not necessary. Now, there is a link included so you can look at all the ways that you can make that happen if your loan is defaulted. So if you want that link or if you want to read this notice from the Department of Education, I'm going to email it out to you tonight in my Fax HQ email, which of course is free. So make sure you sign yourself up. The Department of Education.
There's a warning when you go to check out Jiggle on one of the on any of the coin monitoring apps. It says this contract creator can make changes to the token contract, such as disabling sales, changing fees, minting, transferring tokens, etc. Exercise extreme caution before investing. That's going to be good for them.
I want to give you a quick legal update on the Epstein files. The Trump administration is now saying no one, no judge, no court, and at least right now, not even Congress can force them to release the Epstein files.
There are MAGA. I've been in an argument on Facebook today. MAGA thinks the full Epstein files have been released. Where's this guy at? So someone said something about the Epstein files. And he said, I think you have them confused with the Obamacrats who put the little illegal immigrant children into cages. And I said, he said full-chested while the DOJ moves in court not to be forced to release the Epstein files against U.S. current law. Ha, ha, ha. Bootlickers are so predictable. And he responded with, make sure I got them all. He responded with, take a second. I got to get to the full post. They released them finally, right? It had a picture of Bill Clinton swimming in a pool with Ghislaine Maxwell and a bunch of names, just not the name Trump the Democrats wanted so bad. I said, absolutely not. The administration is still holding millions of files. They have released less than 1%, and it's still full of Trump. Not true. They released them as promised. No Trump in any of them. Seems folks didn't realize that Trump and Epstein had a falling out years ago before the whole Epstein Island. That you keep running that story. So I screenshot a thing that says, as of January 2026, U.S. Department of Justice has confirmed that less than 1% of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein have been publicly released. And I said, how many times can you be wrong? And he responds back and says, they're all out. They released them all, just like the law said. Like, there are mega fucking retards that think the Epstein files have been released. In what world? While they're going to court in the middle of the night and filing that no court can compel them to release the files now.
Any faster. As I've been reporting, the fact is the Department of Justice is currently violating the Epstein Transparency Act because the full Epstein files were supposed to be released to the public almost a month ago, and they're still not out. Well, today, Attorney General Pam Bondi submitted this letter to a federal judge in New York in response to a letter that these two lawmakers wrote to the same judge saying that the Trump DOJ cannot be trusted to release the Epstein files as required under the Epstein Transparency Act. And they asked the judge to appoint what's called a special master to go through the files and release what is required under the law, whether the DOJ likes it or not. Well, it is clear, based on the letter from Pam Bondi, she did not take kindly to that. She writes, with no standing and no cause of action, the representatives are unable to seek the relief they request, and respectfully, the court is without authority to issue it. That's legal speak for Representatives Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie, who wrote the letter to the judge and also wrote the Epstein Transparency Act, need to butt out. And respectfully, she said the judge needs to butt out too. So why is Attorney General Bondi able to take such a really aggressive stance? Well, she brings up a bunch of legal issues in her letter.
I don't give a fuck what MAGA screams and yells and I saw an old post that somehow got brought up from like 6 years ago, complaining about the Democrats. They didn't get nothing done because they just wanted to impeach Trump and investigate him. I don't give a fuck. Shut the motherfucker down. And let's fucking indict people. The whole goddamn time. Right? We can sidebar, like, let's get groceries and housing and blah, blah, blah. I just want to see people fucking arrested.
Like, from her perspective, Kana and Massey have no legal standing to interfere in this case because they were never a party to the original case before this judge. And on top of that, she says the judge can't legally grant relief to them and appoint a special master because that's not really an issue that's relevant for that judge to consider in this case. And most importantly, she says that Kana and Massey and the judge cannot force the DOJ to release the Epstein files any faster or put in a court-appointed monitor to make sure they're following the law because the law itself does not provide a cause of action, meaning as individuals and even as lawmakers, Kana and Massey don't have the right to seek the release of these.
Even if they were complying with any of it, they didn't comply with the redactions. Entire pages redacted, and they were supposed to be limited. They weren't supposed to like prevent embarrassment or political gains or whatever. And they had to have a memo attached to each one providing an explanation of why they had redactions in them. They didn't do any of that. And they've only released less than 1% of the files. 1,200 files of more than 2 million.
Files because there was no enforcement mechanism written into the Epstein Transparency Act to be.
You guys remember the good old days when the files were on files were on Pam Bondi's desk, and she was just giving them a quick once over before she gave them out to all the MAGA influencers.
Begin with. Now, that is an issue that you raised from the very beginning. You asked, what happens if the DOJ does not release the Epstein files? And the answer is, there is no consequence written into the law. And that's what AG Bondi is telling the judge in today's letter. And then she takes it a step further and tells the judge that it wouldn't be legal for him to create a consequence like appointing a special master. So we will have to see if the judge takes Bondi's side or takes the representative's side on this issue. I have reached out to Representative Khanna's office.
Listen, if I was fucking famous and the whole goddamn world was calling me a pedophile, you know how fast I would release the goddamn Epstein files? They'd have to bring in extra goddamn printers because we'd be melting those motherfuckers down.
To hear what he has to say in response to Bondi's letter. When I hear back from him, of course, I will let you know. But if you want to read AG Bondi's letter to the judge, I'm going to email it out to you tonight in my Fax HQ email, which of course is free. So make sure you sign yourself up. I want to give you a quick legal update.
You're going to have massively.
We need to talk about the Insurrection Act because President Trump is talking about the Insurrection Act. He wrote today, if the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop their professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking.
The goddamn retarded, the far lost QAnon need to go to a re-education camp, MAGA Q-tards are fucking saying that this is all a movie so he can put the Insurrection Act in so he can get to the bottom of the deep state and the stolen election. That's how far gone these people are. But they're going to have to go to re-education camps, 100%.
The patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act, all in caps, which many presidents have done before me, and quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in the once great state. Now, obviously,
I'll make that. How about you bitch?
Shit. Hold on, I'm trying to pause it.
Ordered what he calls the largest federal immigration crackdown in U.S. history. Now, there is a lot in that post that is Trump's opinion and perspective, which you may or may not agree with. But the reality is, when it comes to invoking the Insurrection Act, Trump's perspective and opinion on the situation is really the only thing that matters. So if Trump does invoke the Insurrection Act, which he has not done yet, what does that actually look like and what does that mean? Well, the Insurrection Act is technically not one law, it's a bunch of laws that have been around for more than 100 years. This set of laws authorizes the President of the United States to deploy the U.S. military within the borders of the United States to 1. Suppress an insurrection in a state if asked to do so by a governor. 2. To suppress a rebellion or enforce laws when ordinary judicial proceedings are insufficient. Or 3. To suppress insurrection, domestic violence, unlawful combination, or conspiracy that obstructs state or federal law execution which deprives citizens of their constitutional rights and authorities cannot protect them. So the question is, what's the definition of rebellion and insurrection? Well, the law defines it as inciting, setting foot, assisting, or engaging in any rebellion or insurrection against the authority of the United States, the laws thereof, or gives aid or comfort to those who do. Now, if you've ever looked up a word in a dictionary and the definition includes the word you're looking up, you know that's not a definition. It's a problem because you're still left wondering, what does that word actually mean? And that's what we have with the Insurrection Act. The issue with this set of laws is that they are extremely vague, they are overbroad, and they can be easily interpreted in any way, which leaves them vulnerable to
Maybe the deep state is really the friends we made along the way.
because of the lack of definition. Congress has not updated these laws that clarify those definitions in more than 100 years, and the courts have really not gotten involved in it either. That's why I said the only opinion that matters when it comes to invoking the Insurrection Act is Trump's. Because what we know for sure about the law is it clearly states the president has the power to invoke the Insurrection Act if he believes what he sees on the ground qualifies as an insurrection or rebellion. So if Trump does invoke the Insurrection Act, what does that look like? Well, normally U.S. military cannot be on the streets of America conducting civilian law enforcement operations because of the Posse Comitatus Act, which explicitly bans that from happening because of the real threat to civil liberty. But the Insurrection Act is a valid exception to the Posse Comitatus Act. So if Trump does invoke the Insurrection Act, you will probably see the U.S. military on the streets of Minneapolis working alongside ICE agents and Homeland Security officers. The Insurrection Act does not limit the number of military members the president can send to an area like Minnesota. But most importantly, you need to understand the Insurrection Act does not invalidate your constitutional rights. Your First, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth Amendment rights to free speech, to your right to silence, your right to have a lawyer, your right to not be subject to unreasonable search and seizures. Those are all still intact. They will still need a warrant, even if it's the U.S. military asking while being deployed through the Insurrection Act. Now, I could talk about this forever. President Trump has absolutely threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act in the past, and other presidents have absolutely used the Insurrection Act before. But there is one key difference between this threat from Trump and all the other times it's actually been used in the past. And I'm going to talk all about that in a special post in my Substack tonight. So make sure you follow these easy steps and you sign yourself up so you don't miss it. We need to talk about the insurrection.
I want to see this. Did Kyle Kalinske go after Michael Knowles on Piers Morgan? Hold on. Trump's coming to the Insurrection Act, I think.
Is there anything Trump could do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your life?
Kyle Kalinske went no holds barred during a debate with Michael Knowles on the issue of Donald Trump's foreign policy. Knowles took the position of defending pretty much every single thing Donald Trump has done, including his decision to oust Nicolas Maduro and his effort to seize Greenland. Here was part of his argument for why Trump's interventionist policies are a good idea.
America is a global empire. We just are. People can be upset about that, but unless your geopolitics comes strictly from Reddit, if your geopolitics actually comes from history, you recognize that we've been an empire since the Louisiana Purchase, okay? And we've been a muscular global empire since the Second World War. So President Trump's vision, I think, actually rejects two extremes. It rejects a conservative isolationism, and it rejects a liberal internationalism, and it posits a conservative imperialism that says that we are going to recognize our role in the world, but we are going
conservative imperialism
to pursue that role in limited ways with America's interest at heart.
Kyle took issue with Michael's excuses and made the case for why empire building isn't the way to go.
We don't have a right to act like this around the world. We're supposed to be a nation among nations, not a nation above nations. And they used to at least lie to us in the past and say that this is good for the world and we're spreading freedom and democracy. Now they don't even bother to lie. Now it's naked, rank, disgusting imperialism where they say, we're going to take the oil. And the point is that we're going to take the oil. We're going to take the minerals. We're going to take the precious metals. We're doing this for our corporations. We're doing it for the Epstein class, the billionaires. And this, to piggyback on what Dave Smith said, is frankly not what many of the MAGA voters thought they were signing up for. They thought America first actually meant America first. If you sign on to stuff like this, you're saying might makes right and the law of the jungle is back. They're never going to address that fundamental question, which is why do we have a right? Do we actually believe in international law, or was that all a joke? Are we rolling the clock back to the 1700s and 1800s and we're going super primitive style here? And I think the answer to that is yes.
Michael Knowles' retort to that was that international law goes back to antiquity. And that's when things got testy.
He bombed fishing boats from Venezuela, Trinidad, and Tobago, and Colombia. He just did the regime change in Venezuela. He bombed Yemen and Somalia and Nigeria and Iran. He's threatening Greenland and Panama and Canada and Cuba and Mexico. And you sit there the whole time and act like it's okay. Is there anything Trump could do, Michael Knowles, that you would say, I condemn it, and you hop off the Trump train, or are you going to tickle his taint for the rest of your life?
No, there have been plenty of Trump policies that I've criticized because he's only right about 99.78% of the time. So the First Step Act I thought was a good step. But I would say the rest, excuse me, I would say the rest of the administration has been very successful. What's your problem?
My problem is that you're a cuck and you're a hack and you're not an independent thinker and you're meat riding Trump and you know that what he's doing is imperialism and you don't care.
Brett, I want to bring you in here first on Michael Knowles' points and also Kyle's fashion sense.
Team Clint's it's amazing too. It's just like you got bleach blonde hair, a silver shark skin outfit, and Sonny and like Ray-Ban with an ombre. Like I'm wearing a golf outfit right now. I'm not making fun of him. It is just so perfectly emblematic of what discourse in America is when when people who know Piers Morgan watch internet. And like it reveals like kind of looks like this, but Michael Knowles looks more ridiculous. Like Michael Knowles thinks he's charming when he says it's 94.7% of the time I answered your question. The Daily Wire tweeted that out proudly.
Damn.
In his like diatribe on antiquity and the League of Nations. Like
to tweet it out after being called a cuck and tickling taints and to tweet it out as if you won.
On the merits, dude. Right now, Canada is being friendly with China because they're finding another way when we get weird. Like the soybean market, we're getting annoying. Trump thinks it's better to invade and take over Greenland when the obvious answer to the thing he's talking about is NATO. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we run the joint and we have other people that can help us out with it. We're not going to be big enough and strong enough to keep these folks with us a long time. And Trump is driving other people to find another way. And he's not good enough or smart enough to get them to come back to our side. He is just speeding up what people were already up. Everyone knows that's what everybody's trying to do. Everyone's like, how do I make my country better at the expense of other countries? That's what they do. What's the best way for me? And like, this is not going to do it. This is like small ball. Like doing something with Venezuela as a way to get them back to our side. There's other ways to do it other than like kidnap. Like what he did, yeah, he kidnapped the head of the country and the second in command's there now. And then Trump, you can't just declare victory and say it's awesome. But like Kyle, I like the vibe of just going on there and just being like, I'm just going to be this way. I'm going to look exactly like this because...
Dude, you guys don't know the fucking intimate relationship I have with ramen noodles. I think it's just because it reminds me of when I was young. I was telling myself. So I've been losing weight and on a diet or whatever. Anytime I get like sad, my mom used to make these apple, I don't even know what to call them. It's kind of like an apple turnover, but she would like fry it and suck some oil. So it's kind of like a fried apple pie too. And she would put like chopped up apples and some applesauce things she'd mix together like cinnamon. I don't know how to make them. I don't know the recipe or I'd make them. And she'd seal them with a fork and fry them in a pan with a little bit of oil. And the only place I've found that's like that is Hardee's. Hardee's has a very good apple pie, and they're cheap as fuck too. They're like 2 for like $1.10 or something. That's with tax, like 2 for $1 plus tax. So every time I'm feeling sad or down or missing my mom, I go to Hardee's and fucking just pig out on goddamn. I'll buy at least 2 of them. Sometimes I'll get like 4 of them. And I don't know, it just makes me feel better. Same thing with ramen. I was raised on fucking ramen, so I eat ramen noodles like fucking crazy. Good thing they're cheap.
That's what that show, I mean, I like watching that show, but I
know I'm not saying it right. Atsuko corrects me all the time. That's what my mom called them. That's what I'm going to keep calling them. Ramen noodles.
Watching Stephen A. Smith do like football commentary in the morning. Then I do need like some actual like vegetables and I need some like, non-sugary ridiculousness. But it's just so delightful that this is where a lot of the discourse plays out and how it's playing out. What do you think about it, Jordan?
I don't think I would tweet that out. Like he got fucking destroyed. I don't think that I would tweet that out as a win, but whatever. Here we go. So, Bo Sweeney. I'm Bo Sweeney, and I won the lottery. Bo Sweeney's daughter was banned from Bert's live stream. Bert. And then we saw a message pop up saying, why did you ban me? I didn't do anything. Right? And Bert, that was why Bert was showing a video. So, then she came here and said, Bert banned me. Well, Bert saw her on my stream talking about getting banned and Bert being a piece of shit. Right? So Bert messaged her on Facebook. And here's what it says. Fucking Bert's so stupid. I saw what you said and Wilbur's chat room. Goodbye forever. And tell your father, Most Sweeney, that he's a dick. He uses text to speech and it does not work out for him. I saw what you said and Wilbur's chat room. Goodbye forever. And tell your father, Most Sweeney, that he's a dick. She responds, you are a sad, sad human. I've been nothing but nice since you kicked me out the first time. You kicked me out for no reason last night, and I was pissed. You have burned so many bridges that you need to walk back over. You're drunk. You are trying so hard to be this big podcaster. But anytime someone tries to talk about absolutely anything, you go off the rails and ban everyone. You may have had a good following at some point. Never. But the way you talk to people is sad for you. I legit feel for you with how miserable with your own life you shit on everybody else. Fuck you and your dumbass podcast. Drink a beer and get evicted. With some kissy face emotes. Much like...
The power of Christ compels you to give little Bert a little kiss.
Bert responds. Now, what Bert should have done is blocked her. Okay? Just been done. You got your lick in. She got her lick in. Bert responds in the most disgusting way you could ever expect this disgusting fucking piece of shit to respond. He says, thanks for your input. Those Sweeney's, he's trying to say Bo again. Bo Sweeney's daughter, who probably got molested as a child. Good luck with your life. What the fuck is wrong with him? You probably got molested as a child. He thinks about it way too much. I think he's molesting children. At least his cat. We know that for a fact. In my opinion, we know for a fact that he molests his cats, in my own opinion. This is actually so disgusting of you. How is your son, by the way? He's grown and not in bread like you. What? Like physically in a loaf. He's grown and not in bread like you. He's losing it. Did he go live tonight? We shut him down last night. He couldn't handle the embarrassment of coming back live. Not live again, Bert. Imagine that. That's the best you can come with? Do you have daddy issues? Did something happen to you as a kid, Bert? You're a pig. You're the liar, manipulator here. Take your donations for the other night, grab a beer, go gamble, and use it for literally everything else other than paying your own bills. The truth. Bert is going to be evicted. Thank you very much for the submission. I'm sure Bert will like seeing that on the show. Bert will love that, I'm sure. We'll get fucking retard. Thank you very much for your engagement with Bert. We appreciate it. Disgusting motherfucker.
As a concerned American, I think we all need to be putting.
He says some nasty shit to fucking women, but he's a bitch when a man fucking talks to him. He don't message me. Wonder why.
Specifically, Palantir's collaboration with ICE and the Trump administration to create a centralized database that tracks United States citizens, non-citizens, people who are applying, going through the process, and people here illegally. No one is spared. Everybody is tracked in a consolidated, centralized database that we can't access, but the government can. Politicians are incentivized to allow this to happen because they're invested in Palantir. They're invested in the company, so they either turn a blind eye, or like the Trump administration, they are actively incentivized to collaborate with ICE to gain more power. It is absolutely despicable, and the reality is they're not hiding it. Palantir is working on a tool for ICE that populates...
And it never worked out for him. Like, he's been an impersonator, an Elvis impersonator, since he came out his fucking... mama's fucking loose-ass pussy. And it's never fucking worked.
Map with potential deportation targets, but they need to be tracking everybody in order for this to happen. Just to back up, ICE is becoming increasingly unpopular even beyond the Palantir of it all. I mean, the videos that we all have in our face, the protesters in Minneapolis and across the country who have ICE in their face on the ground are proving that ICE is reckless, overstepping, and does not need more power. So if you appreciate the videos on the Adam Mockler channel, if you want more coverage of Palantir and all of this type of content, drop a like, make sure you subscribe and watch until the end. Let's back up and show you how unpopular ICE is. This
I just tried to walk into a Mexican restaurant and was kicked out. Thank God.
Getting kicked out of a restaurant that went incredibly viral. I want to play it for you for just one moment.
They should only be allowed McDonald's or something else.
I'm going to mute it so YouTube doesn't take this down because of the music, but people are turning out, and through sheer numbers, they are shutting down ICE. Not through force, not through hurting anybody. No hands are laid on anybody in this situation, but they continue to yell. And the best part is, Fox News was then forced to cover this as a failure of ICE.
Take off your mask! Take off your mask!
Karen Kelly Roark just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you, Karen Kelly Roark. That'll get you a Burt ban for sure. Thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. He even got my boy Snazzy Granny. Me and Snazzy Granny go way back. Like, way back. That was crazy.
That's the most American thing I've
We're from back on the block. Me and Snazzy Granny went to elementary school together.
Seen. Not the ICE agents in masks that are acting like Gestapo, which Joe Rogan even said, but calling him a fat little bitch, or whatever he said. That was on Fox News. That was forced to be played on Fox News. But to continue, Tom Homan then admits that they are collaborating with ICE and Palantir to create this database on Fox News. I mean, the fact that they're just admitting this on the state.
Hold on, I'm going to read that. Homan, we're going to create a database. Those people that are interfering, we're going to make them famous and put their face on TV. We're going to let their employers and their neighborhoods and their schools know who these people are. I bet you a lot of their employers don't know what they are doing.
State regime media known as Fox News is insane.
That's for protesters, by the way. Protesters.
listen to Tom Homan, Trump's ICE czar.
This job, and these people who want to say follow ICE, and film ICE, you know what? You can protest.
Follow and film ICE, both constitutionally allowed.
Have that right. But when you cross that line, and we've proven it, if you interfere or impede or assault an ICE officer, you will be prosecuted. And one thing I'm pushing for right now, Laura, we're going to create a database. Those people that are arrested for interference, impediment, assault, we're going to make them famous. We're going to put their face on TV. We're going to let their employers in their neighborhoods, in their schools, know who these people are.
But ICE can't show their face.
Because as you said, a lot of these people, they say they're taking time off work to protest. I bet you a lot of them are calling in sick. I bet you a lot of their employers don't know.
People are sharing a picture of Tom Homan with Obama, and Obama gave him some type of award, and he worked under the Obama administration in immigration. But he wasn't doing all this. Like, there's obviously a difference, right? He wasn't doing all this bullshit.
But we're going to make sure everybody knows who they are. We're going to broadcast. They want to broadcast the ICE officer that was nearly killed all over the internet.
This dude is not very well spoken. It's a really close competition between him and Nick Shirley for who's the least well spoken person in MAGA, because Jesus Christ. But do you not hear what he's saying in that clip? He's not just saying that they're tracking immigrants or illegal immigrants. Not that that would be okay, obviously, but he's saying that they are tracking protesters, U.S. citizens. That's why this breaking news is striking. Palantir is working on a tool for immigration and customs enforcement that populates a map with potential deportation targets, brings up a dossier on each person, and provides a confidence score on the person's current address per 404 Media. We have the 404 Media article right here, but really quickly, what happened to small government conservatives? What the absolute hell? I thought the conservatives wanted less federal overreach, but they're willing to look the other way as Donald Trump steps all over Congress to place
protect my data. I'll never wear a mask. You can't make me. We don't comply. I refuse to comply. We'll storm the goddamn Capitol. Now it's like, hey, the government's just trying to do their thing.
Tariffs to try to end birthright citizenship, change the country.
Gotta let them do it.
Rogue, starting wars or striking other countries without Congress's approval, and it is despicable. Can I just point out, as each day goes by, ICE is growing less and less popular. People hate them more and more. They were already unpopular and gaining less popularity from Trump's term, but it's
every poll, they're losing so much popularity. I know there's still people that are like, well, they got to do their job. That's till they show up at your neighborhood.
Really accelerated recently. Read the story. ICE agents.
It would be, again, I don't want any fucking murderers or rapists or drug dealers here that are supposed to be deported. No one does. That's not who they're grabbing. 170 U.S. citizens. They have no jurisdiction over U.S. citizens. 30-some deaths in ICE custody already.
A small-town Mexican restaurant. Then they arrest the workers. They detain 3 workers from a family-owned Mexican restaurant in Wilmar hours after 4 agents ate there. It was not immediately clear what the immigration status of those detained was, but 4 ICE agents sat in a booth for a meal, likely enjoyed it. Then the arrest happened at 8:30 when they were leaving work. It kind of reminds me of none other than Caroline Levitt getting caught eating at a Mexican restaurant in D.C. What nerve and hypocrisy from Caroline Levitt, says Deacon, who's seen eating Mexican food at a restaurant, obviously some tacos or another Mexican dish. I say hypocrisy because she and her superiors keep calling us criminals, and the worst part is, but Mexican food is fine. Jennifer Welch said it best.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped, that have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. And if you want to triple Trump, and you want to browbeat DEI, and you want to browbeat gay people, and you want to browbeat black people, as you've been doing for 400 years, and you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants.
Yeah, after they've been fucking masturbating to it for the last goddamn 100 years. Now they're like, oh, tyranny, where?
Come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes. You want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom cock piece of shit, Kankles McTaco tits at the top of the ticket.
Okay, I thought we could use a little bit of comedy before we jump into this really depressing article about how the Palantir app ICE uses to find neighborhoods to raid. Internal ICE material and testimony from an official obtained by 404 Media provides the clearest link yet between the technological infrastructure Palantir is building for ICE and the agency's activities on the ground. Listen to this. Palantir is working on a tool for ICE that populates a map with potential deportation targets. The findings, based on internal ICE material obtained by 404 Media, public procurement records, and recent sworn testimony from an ICE agent, show the clearest link yet between the technological infrastructure Palantir is building for ICE and the agency's activities on the ground that we're all currently seeing. The tool receives people's addresses from the Department of Health and Human Services, among a range of other resources, according to the material. The news comes after DHS head Kristi Noem said the agency is sending hundreds more federal agents to Minneapolis, and widespread protests against the agency have surged. Last week, ICE officer Jonathan Ross shot and killed 37-year-old U.S. citizen Renee Nicole Good, and this says, quote, enhanced...
And then trying to prosecute her widow.
And targeting for enforcement. Elite is a targeting tool designed to improve capabilities for identifying and prioritizing high-value targets through advanced analytics. A user guide for Elite obtained by 404 Media says the tool aims to be nearly all-encompassing when it comes to finding ICE agents, from identifying subjects in the first place to building a list of people to supervisors approaching selections for officers to ultimately go in the field and apprehend. All right, and listen to this. ICE is using an app to track people's face. So then we started to see photos of them searching the face.
That's where they scan your face.
Of just minorities. They would scan the face of minorities in their car and see if the person was there legally, see their
or people with accents.
Address,
if you're brown enough or you have a strong enough accent, you get scanned.
Then 404 Media found the transaction history of Palantir and the contracts. In these contracts, we see one that says enhanced leads identification and targeting for enforcement, which means elite. And the elite user guide does not say who developed the system, but the tool's distinctive title, ELITE, exactly matches what included in an addendum to a Palantir contract from last year. It says Palantir should continue configuration and engineering services for elites and some other ICE tools. That supplemental agreement for a 29.9.
I want to remind you, they were throwing around the idea of impeaching Obama because he wore a tan suit one time.
$9 million project started in September and is planned to go on for at least a year. Palantir has worked with ICE for years, but now they're ramping up funding this in a weird, dystopian, crazy way. I'm going to end it there. This is government overreach. As an American, I'm concerned about this. I'm going to make more videos about Palantir, maybe every single day until we get some answers. If you want that, drop a like, subscribe, make sure you drop a blue heart. I love you all. Peace out.
Damn. Damn. What is this with Jolly on it? Evanston Mayor and congressional candidate Daniel Biss in a heated confrontation with controversial Border Patrol frontman Greg Bovino. Don't get in my space, he said.
That's fine. You're welcome to.
And he had to back up from him. Look at this. They're talking at a reason. Do you think the mayor's going to swing on you? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not in your space. I'm going to go ahead. That's fine. You're welcome to.
If you haven't seen this exchange yet, it's awesome. The guy in the suit, that's the mayor of Evanston, Illinois, Daniel Bliss.
This is apparently a month old. Hold on.
So a few minutes ago, a bunch of ICE and CBP agents were here. I stood face to face with Greg Bovino.
I didn't see this. I didn't know it was a month ago.
Right here. And he threatened us, said he's going to continue the enforcement. Of course, what he said was he's keeping us safe from violence. But what we know is that the violence is being perpetrated by federal.
How are you keeping us safe from violence when you're using the fire department to pick up roofers? And then somehow putting a Christian spin on it. When Jesus says, you did this for the least of me.
Agents.
The least of them, that was me.
Had a conversation with our police chief. It sounds like they plan to be here throughout the rest of the day. I'm delighted to say there were tons of rapid responders. There were people pushing back. The tragedy is that as I saw with my own eyes 2 people who they abducted, and I'm told there may be more. It's not clear yet, and I don't want to say anything unless I'm sure it's true. But what I would say is this: stay alert, stay active, keep yourself safe. If you're trained in rapid response, be out and about, and always remember the ICIRR hotline, 855-435-7693. We need to keep each other safe.
No.
So a few minutes ago, a bunch of ICE and CBP.
Good on him for standing up, I guess. All right, guys, it's midnight here. I've been starting early so I can finish early and trying to fix my schedule. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. If you want to support the show, you can do that at Just Quick Links or Just Quick Tools. Why do I keep saying that wrong? Just Quick Tools, where all the links are to support the show if you want to. Leave a message. We're really live on air. Thank you for the support. That's how we pay the bills at the lavish office we have. While Bert doesn't pay his rent. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. That's it. Will Bird, Cold Break Professional. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye. Once I get my schedule fixed, we'll probably go from like 8:30 to 9:30 and then probably go to like 1 or so. But I'm trying to get some sleep caught back up. You guys have a good night.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Well, my true believer, y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip.
That's exactly what Pred Zelda would say. Karen Kelly Roark.
Like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby, eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders. They ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network do no damn research. They rework and copy on Cox that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know. Hit his ass on throwing bullshit shit and bro.
Good night, guys.